Montana is coming off the non-conference season of 3-1 after beating Western Carolina. We've got Eli Gillman with us today, the Big Sky Offensive Player of the Week, and defensive end Hayden Harris. Montana travels to Eastern Washington this week to take on the Eagles in the start of Big Sky play. Coach, we'll get your final thoughts on a nice win for the Grizz over Western Carolina as Montana enters Big Sky play.
Thanks, Tate. Final thoughts on that game is it was a good team win against a good team. Being down 17-0 and no one flinching and coming back, it was just a great win for us. So I think we ended up wearing them down and were able to come out on top. And in terms of this week, obviously we're starting Big Sky Conference play. They've got a good team over there again. Aaron does a really nice job coaching that team year in and year out. In watching them the last day and a half, they play really hard. I think they're really good in the kicking game in particular. They do a lot of things formationally, offense, defense, special teams that create problems for you. They're playing three quarterbacks at different times, and it was kind of weird not playing them last year. So we're excited about the start of conference play. We're anxious for the week to get going, and we'll try to get another win this week.
Questions?
Bobby, with Eli being named the Big Sky Offensive Player of the Week,
Good for you. Nice job.
what stood out to you about his play early on this season?
Well, he's a good football player. I think he's maturing in the physical nature of the game where he's finishing runs, and he's not only able to make people miss and run around people, but he's running through contact and finishing runs with the ball moving forward. And then the other thing is the yards per carry is pretty impressive.
Eli, after being the National Freshman of the Year last year, what did you go about working on in the offseason, and how have you seen that translate over early on this year?
I just kept working on my craft, I guess, the whole finishing through contact thing, finishing runs forward, and the whole offseason working with my linemen, the whole offense. We got a new line coach, so blocking's a little different, run scheme's a little different, so we just kind of been working together, and it's just, you can see the chemistry coming along as the season goes on.
And Hayden, for you guys defensively, get a stop or you're on the sideline watching this offense, what's it like for you to see Eli break off some of these huge runs like he has?
Yeah, he's a great player. We cheer for him every time he gets the ball, and that goes for all our guys on offense. We've got a lot of playmakers on offense, and we just love to see them make plays, and it's really fun from the sideline when they get a big third down or make a big play for us. So we're just cheering them on, and we're just excited to see it in the next coming weeks.
Eli, the yards per carry, I think like 11 and change, so leading the country. What do you attribute that to?
My linemen, most of it. They do all the dirty work and don't get enough credit for it. So yeah, my linemen.
Seems like Coach said, really finishing runs. Have you improved your speed, or is it just a matter of finding the hole and hitting it? What's the long runs come from?
Like I said, it's kind of just the chemistry and working with the same group of linemen, and then just over and over. We work together all the time. You kind of just start to see how they block and where the holes are forming. So, the more time we put in, the better results are going to come of it.
Bobby, you mentioned Eastern played multiple quarterbacks. The kid who played was their starter most of the year last year, talented guy. Do you notice the offense change much when they do go with different guys at quarterback?
Yeah, a little bit. They change up a little bit.
How do you see them change, just depending on which guys under center?
With one of the guys, they run it a little more. With the other guys, they throw a little more.
The receivers, I know Efton Chisholm's a returning All-American. What are your impressions of him, and what do you think of the rest of that group?
Well, we didn't play them last year, so I don't have a real database, at least in my memory, on these guys, except for Efton. He's a good player. Has been a good player in this league for quite a while now. Had a chance to see him at the league meetings this year. I enjoyed being around him.
Bobby, just 4 games in, kind of 10,000-foot view, how would you kind of sum up non-conference play? What kind of stood out to you through 4 games and kind of a rugged schedule there?
You know, every game's unique to itself, so I don't really look at things that way, and I don't really go back other than on Sundays to evaluate our execution. So I don't really look at it that way. I know we're 3-1. I know we were up 24-7 a couple weeks ago, and I feel like we probably let that one go. So I kind of like where we are, but it's all about the Big Sky Conference play now.
And Hayden, you haven't got a chance to play Eastern Washington, but they are kind of known as this always a lot of offense. So just what do you know about them? What are you looking forward to with that challenge?
Yeah, so I grew up in Seattle, so I always knew about Eastern and their run they had in 2010s and they had Cooper Cup and those guys. So I've had some historical background with them. They recruited me a little bit in high school as well as the transfer portal. But that's pretty much all I know. They're a good football team and we're excited to get after it on Saturday.
5.5 sacks for you through 4 games. Just what's working for you? What's working defensively as a unit that's allowed you to, get that stat?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just me, it's guys in the back end, covering their guy for long enough for me to get there, and the other guys on the D-line taking up blocks, Pat Hayden in the middle, meeting up a lot of double team for us to get opportunities to win one-on-one rushes, and I think the defense as a whole has done a good job to allow me to, get those opportunities, and I think as a whole team, those opportunities have been there big for them.
You talk about Eastern Washington as an offensive team a lot of the time, but defensively, just kind of what stands out about them at first look?
They've got good players. It's a new defense since the last time we played them. But they're playing hard. I think they're chasing the ball, and they're playing hard.
Then Eli, your long touchdown on Saturday got you guys on the board. Help jump start the offense a little bit. Just can you talk about what's going through your head as you're kind of breaking free for the end zone there?
I just knew we needed a spark, and I knew it could come from the offense real fast. And I knew the quarterback was trying to get us to hurry up because the defense wasn't quite set yet. So once that ball got snapped, I knew there'd be an opening somewhere. Just gotta find it.
Yeah, for both the players, I know you never played there before, but what do you think of the red turf?
I should take that back. I had a high school team camp there when I think it was a junior in high school. So I've been there before, and I always grew up knowing that they had the red field, and it was kind of their cool thing. But we're just looking forward to getting that victory on Saturday on the red field. So
Same thing for you, Eli. I know you never played on it, but any thoughts or impressions on the colored turf?
I've only ever seen it on TV when I was like a senior in high school. It looks bright and annoying. But
Bobby, any thoughts on the red?
No.
Anybody else? Now's the time to ask them. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.